Hello, hello, hello. It is your boys, the DM podcast, once again giving you that flavor in your ear. In this episode, we're just talking NBA. We're talking the past 4 days of NBA action. Just mainly that, like, because a lot of stuff has happened. Early thoughts, of course, these are overreactions because only like some teams have only played 2 games, 3 games. A lot of overreaction. So my MVP LeBron talk is gonna be stupid. So I'm not gonna throw that in the pond yet, but it may be coming soon. We're not gonna do that. But before I continue, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. How is my boy YS doing today?
You already know every day above ground.
Of course, as long as we are above, then we're all good. Before we came on this, we talked about what we were potentially going to chat about. We're going to talk about most of the teams, but there's clearly a team that is in my name and a team that you brought up as well. The Denver Nuggets, who are right now like they're 0 and 2. 0 and 2 the Denver Nuggets. It's early, but what
Yeah,
have you seen so far with the Denver Nuggets?
man, the Nuggets, man, it's like they're relying on Joker right now. You know what I mean? They don't really have chemistry as I thought. They're missing Caldwell Pope. They're missing
The
Caldwell.
connector, the
Yeah.
guy who could connect everybody.
And it's like, it's so early, but you can tell. You know what I mean? It seems like this is the Westbrook we're going to get from here on out, like a 10, 5, and 5 kind of
Yeah.
that line. You know what I mean? He's gonna play aggressive, get his 20, 25 minutes maybe. You know what I mean? It seems like we're gonna get that kind of Westbrook. So they need more. Like I see Porter Jr. actually passing the ball a little more this season, which I'm very proud to see, to be honest. You know what I mean? But other than that, it's early. Like these is just we're just talking. It's so early. It's not even 1 week. You
It's
know what I mean?
not, but well, one thing, Russell Westbrook, right? Last game, which was yesterday against the Clippers, he was 0 of 8, right? 0 of 3. So I've seen people like tweet about him and be like, "Oh, this is Russ. This is Russ." Here's my thing, like Russ. Sometimes even when he was a star, he was inconsistent. I would say, especially the shooting wise, he was inconsistent. But I still think Russ gives you so much more. He's still a guy that can really help your bench, in my
Yep.
opinion. So
Yep.
I really don't want to put this on Russ. Out, like you said, it's the KCP thing. It's the Bruce not having a Bruce Brown. They need a connector. Jokic can't be the only guy. And quite frankly, and like I don't want to be a person who just watches box score. I want to be a person who's watching the game. And I've seen some of the games. Eric Gordon, you just got an extension, you know. And
Yeah.
we should probably talk about extensions too at one point. All those extensions that came last week after we did our pod, all the extensions came out. So but Aaron Gordon, you got extension. You're gonna make like 30 mil a year. I'm gonna need some 20 points a game consistently. Like
He's yeah, he's not going to do that though.
the starting
I
unit
agree with
needs,
you. I
yeah.
agree with you, but that's not going to happen.
Because the way I'm looking at the bench, right? We both can agree the bench isn't that great. Like it's not good
Yeah.
at all. It's just really Russell Westbrook.
And Christian Brown what he starts?
He starts now because of no
Starts. Yeah,
KCP.
he
And
starts.
Christian Brown
Yeah.
can score, right? So then, but if I'm looking at this unit, okay, then this unit has to consistently, in my opinion, has to the starting unit has to give you like 90 points a game.
That's a lot to ask for.
But because your bench, you're only asking Westbrook and Watson to give you something, and then Julian Strawther, who has his 3 point shot I've seen has gone better. So you need those three. But out of your bench, those three guys are your bench guys. Dario Saric is your backup like center. Okay, what you have to expect like 15, 20 points from them
From the bench,
from this bench.
that bench for Denver to be effective, the starting unit needs to give you, like you said, 90, and that
Yeah,
bench needs to give you consistently 30.
it can't give you it. That's why I'm saying 90 for the starters, bro. They may have to give you 100.
Okay, the bench, you're right.
And that doesn't happen, right? Like a starting unit doesn't give you that much points normally. But if your best scorers are all in the starting unit,
I
what can
think
you
that
do?
maybe going to average 100, maybe 101 points for the season. Maybe. Because
You
the
can't.
starting is going to maybe average 80. The bench is 80 and change, 82. The bench maybe 20. So like maybe 101, 102 maybe.
And
They're
you got
gonna
to play better defense than what you're playing today.
shout out to Orlando Magic because you see the little bit of difference, the difference I say KCP is making on the
Yeah.
Magic already.
And like only some games, but I feel like the scoring has gotten down in some sense, but it hasn't really gone down. Like we're still seeing teams get over 100, blah blah blah. But
Yeah,
I feel like the game is still a bit more physical, right? The game is going to be more scoring because of the 3-point shot, just the inevitable. But even with that still being said, I feel like probably I feel like I'm seeing more defense a little bit more with some games. Some games there won't be like the Kings and the Lakers played last night. Even though we're probably gonna post this on Monday, so 2 nights ago, there'll be no defense there. The Kings don't play defense. But
no,
yeah, so like, is it early for Denver, or should we be worried?
it's early. It's
It's
early,
early.
but with that bench, there's concern.
Yeah, the bench is concerned. Yeah, you're right. The bench, no matter what, is concerning. They may not be a top like five team, and if they are, once again, that's Jokic just being like phenomenal. The man scored 41 points and they lost
Yeah. And he had how many threes?
like seven, I think, threes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they still lost. Like they couldn't stop that. Like their
They
next
lost to the
games,
Clippers. They lost to the Clippers, I believe, too.
yeah, to the
The Clippers
Clippers.
with nobody.
Their next games are a little bit easier. Well, the next two games. They have Toronto. That should be a win. It should be a win for them, especially not a healthy Toronto, which we'll get to later. Brooklyn, that should be a win, unless Cam Thomas is going for 35 or something. Then Minnesota, you may lose to Minnesota. So that's like 2-3. Then you face Utah, where you're 3-3. Then you face Toronto again. So you may be like, but the rest of the I'm telling you, after they face Toronto, they have OKC, Miami, Dallas, New Orleans, Memphis, Dallas,
Wow.
LA, and New York.
Wow.
That's a stretch.
That's a tough stretch.
Oh man, we may have to be
All those teams
talking
like our
like,
playoff teams, like can get to the second round teams, like
yeah,
have won a ring teams. You know what I mean? In
yeah,
the last like 5 years, those is when some of those teams won a ring. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. It's not looking easy because then after that it gets a little easier. Utah, Clippers, G State, Cleveland, Washington, Atlanta, Portland. But you know
but
what?
the thing
They
is, can
they
they mentally hold it together? They're champions, but they should mentally hold it together, right? They should.
that's the thing, right? So I think like you said, it's early, but it doesn't get easier at all, and
It
that bench
doesn't.
has to be better.
It's very early though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, but let's. Well, I think Aaron Gordon has to score 20 then. Why?
Yeah.
Why not? They has to score 20. The next team I wanted to bring up was the Clippers. Unless you have anything else you want to say about Denver.
No, let's move on to the Clippers. Denver, we'll see. We'll see what's going on with them.
Yeah, they're still a good team no matter what. You still have
Yeah.
the best player in the league or second best player in the league, so you should be better. The Clippers. I want to move on to them because I know one of your picks for six man of the year was Norman Powell. I'm not sure if that's going to happen because this man is since Kawhi's gone, he's been starting.
Yeah.
And I think when Kawhi's back, they're going to put him back to the bench and they're going to start like Derrick Jones Jr. for defensive purposes. But I'm thinking if you have Kawhi, you really need Derrick Jones Jr. You could just have Norman there, but I don't know. But Norm had 37 points, 7-11 shooting the three. Norman Powell, you know he's my guy. You definitely know he's my guy.
Yeah.
Um, he's right now averaging in the season 27 points, 2 assists, 44% shooting the three. 50% on and the field goals just overall. Norman Powell, man, me and you both know from being Raptor fans, and you know he's my guy. I love Norman. That's my
Decent
guy.
ball. And he's got a silky floating jump shot. I love it.
When he wants to score, he can score. Now, he used to be a really good defender. I think he just said, "Oh, the league doesn't want to play defense anymore, so why am I going to play defense?" I truly think so. Because I remember him guarding Paul George in that Indiana series in 2017, I believe it was, and he guarded him really well, like really well.
Undersized. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Guard him really well. So like,
One
but yeah,
plays with confidence. You know what I mean? He plays with confidence, shoots with confidence. It
mm,
doesn't matter who's on his squad. That's what I love. That's what we both love about Powell still.
yeah.
You
And I
know?
think with the Clippers, I said they're gonna be like a bad team, and I still believe that it could be a bad team, but I think they will be a team that's going to compete because they have a lot of guys who can score the basket.
They will. They will. They're not going to be like the Wizards.
They won't be the Wizards, yeah. So I think the only reason I want to bring them up to be more like, okay, maybe I could have put a little bit more respect in the name. Maybe they'll finish 12th. Still don't think they're a top 10 team unless Kawhi comes back and like Kawhi coming back, then I'll feel a little bit better. But
When is he scheduled to come back?
they say he's out. They say he's out indefinitely, like he's out. Right? I'm not
That
sure if you
Clippers
saw. Did you,
curse is that Clippers curse is real.
oh yeah, yeah,
You lose PG, essentially you lose Kawhi for this season, more or
yeah,
less.
yeah.
You know the
Did you?
West is going to be tricky this year to get into the offs.
So tricky because Phoenix is actually pretty good. The Grizzlies are good. There's some teams in the West. Still got the Pelicans, the things, all them teams, and the
I'm
Pelicans won't
you
have a
still about
guy.
Memphis. Shout out to Memphis. Shout out to Edie hitting his first career 3-pointer.
Definitely shout
Wow.
out to him.
Wow.
Um, the one thing I was gonna say about oh, did you hear about the report with the Clippers? How like, uh,
Tampering?
yeah, a former trainer, like he's bro.
And I'm like, what's going on? But I'm just like, I'll let me just see what unfolds. I didn't dig deep, but I'm just like, I'm like, okay, that happened. Let's see what happens next.
Because
What
they're
about
straight up saying that that person was there during the Raptor games, which we all knew. We all knew there was people during Kawhi's time with the Raptors that Clippers people were watching. Everybody knew. This wasn't like breaking news. But now that that person is like full out saying that it happened, oh, we because most likely they have to give us draft picks. We would like some. It's not a first round. I think it's like a second round pick. But to me, like, yo, bro, if they're really tampering, how's it not a first round pick? Like they cheated the game. They cheated the
a
game,
hundred, a hundred, a
right?
hundred,
You can't
a
just
hundred,
cheat the game and be like, yeah, well, we'll just give you a second round pick.
a
No,
hundred,
I want a first rounder, right? You know what? Give me that OKC first rounder that
a
they give to OKC. I want that one. Give me that. I'll be happy. But yeah, they should give the Raptors something. Um,
Rappers needs, yeah, like a protected, not no just pick, like a protected. Like you get a top seven protected.
yeah, like I want
Like,
some for that tampering, but it's fun. What other team you want to talk about?
man, let's talk about them. Let's talk about the Wolves real quick, actually. Let's talk about that good game Randall had recently, showing like, okay, these guys can work together and win games. You see what I'm saying? Because he had a 32 piece. I think Ant-Man had a 30 or 31 piece.
Yeah,
Efficient from the field. He was hitting his threes. He was actually sharing the ball. I'm like, this Minnesota, I'm not mad at this Minnesota.
you know, I think we both had them like top four anyway, right? But I think I didn't know that like maybe they did, but no, their backup five when they had Karl Anthony Towns was Karl Anthony Towns. If I think about it, it was he was just playing the five and Nasri was playing the four. But they just let Nasri and Randall play together. So I don't think they really have a backup five. It almost looks like Randall's like their backup five when Gobert is out, which is still pretty good because you have him, you have Nasri, you have Nickel.
You can switch
Um,
on everything. You can switch
you,
on everything.
you can still switch. You can offensively, like you're still going to be like, damn, Nasri, Nikhil. But with this team, first of all, I didn't know Edwards has such a good 3 point shot. Like when I
Yeah.
see it, I'm like, wow,
Yes.
he hits it pretty consistently.
And he's got a high release point. Yes. Yes.
I want to see what's his 3 point percentage right now. 'Cause I truly think it's yeah, he's 37% shooting the three. That's not he shoots it 13 times a game. It's
This
early,
season,
so I'm
right?
assuming it
This
won't be that
season.
much. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
season.
It's gonna
Oh,
maybe last season I believe he was at maybe six, I believe.
right. So like yeah, because that's a lot. But yeah,
You gotta
it's
close
working
out.
for
You
them.
gotta close out on him from three. You gotta close out.
I mean, people don't know Randall can like some people don't like the way Randall plays because they think he's like a ball hog, which he kind of is. Like his game is predicated on like him holding the ball a lot more. But so is
I
Anthony
agree.
Edwards. Like that's how their team just functions.
But it's
Right.
gonna work more. It's gonna work better for them in the playoffs. The regular season, it's like, yeah, but when the game really slows down, it's better in the playoffs when you have a guy that can dominate the ball and get to his spots and
Right.
guys get open, right? So it's gonna help in the playoffs. So because Cat
Uh,
wasn't able to do that, right? Cat wasn't able to get on the like the 3-point line extended and create his own shot. Really, like he
right.
could just get a couple dribbles, pull up, or catch and shoot, or in the post. But Randall can kind of He's a decent three level scorer. Decent, right?
Yeah.
Post, mid, threes, decent,
I
right?
think if he shot the three less and shot it more like when he was like wide open, he'd be better. I think he shoots a lot of contested threes,
Yeah, yeah,
and he shouldn't
yeah.
shoot as much contested threes because that's not the type of game he is, right? Your game is more like bully. You're bigger than most man's bully.
Maybe in Minnesota, you have like who's drawing more attention to you, Jalen Brunson or Ant-Man,
Ant-Man.
right? So it's going to be more eyes. Like instead of three sets of eyes,
Yeah.
there's going to be the defender and four sets of eyes looking at Ant-Man, right?
Yeah.
So then with that, they'll split. He's gonna get better looks. I feel in Minnesota, he's gonna get better looks.
You know what's crazy? Dante DiVincenzo, right? Like
Shout
that
out.
last game, I thought he shot the three so well to me. But right now he's only shooting 28% for the three, which I'm kind of shocked in because that Toronto game, I feel like the man couldn't miss at one point. He was 4 of 11, but I swear the man was scoring. But to me, he's done pretty well for Minnesota, like very well. He's definitely a person that could win Six Man of the Year.
Yeah. Honestly, look, yeah, yeah, because he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. Like even if he's having bad shooting game, he's still coming out. You know what I mean? That Villanova pedigree.
Yeah, he's playing angry, right?
Yeah,
Rudy Gobert is helping them defensively. Like, I don't think they've fallen off that much defensively. They're still a good squad, still a good bench.
they
Like,
are. They are. They are. They are.
the only thing I want to see is that I want to see Ant. I want to see him pass more. Like, I want to see him become. Mind you, he averaged like 5 assists last year, but like, I maybe it's like a different type. I want to see him involve everyone more and not try to like hog the ball. I don't understand why he has to. Like that game they faced against LA, the man was the only one. He was
Yeah,
the only one playing. So he's like, yo, let's go. Like, let's go.
yeah.
So I can kind of see in that point. Like, as soon as he has to do what he has to do.
He's got the green light. So when you have the green light, it's like your team wants you to be aggressive, and the coaches, right? So that's the thing too. So when you see guys pass up, it's like, yo, why didn't you shoot that? Like you give
Yeah.
it to him. There's 5 seconds left. You know you can create better. So, but I hear you. I hear you.
The next team is this one we could be make it quick. The Boston Celtics.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
They may repeat. Like
They're looking like, yeah, we're trying to give y'all at least 20 point, 15 point win.
I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about like they could try to go for the Golden State record, the 73-9. I think it's so hard to do in this league with a
Just go for
3-point
the ring.
shot.
Go for the ring. But I hear you. I hear you. But
Yeah, just
you
aim for
need
the
waste so much
ring.
energy to do that.
Just aim for the ring. And like, yeah, they're just playing good. Like, I'll say right now, if he keeps playing this way, oh, Jason Tatum has to be talked about as the MVP.
100%. Because and here's another reason why too. I'm gonna piggyback to that. His assist numbers. So guys cannot hate his assist numbers, and he's definitely rebounding ball a little bit more than usual since the NBA Finals. Pay attention.
Because his assist numbers have increased since the playoffs.
Finals. Yeah.
Yeah, since the finals for sure, for sure. Because he wasn't his assists weren't like that. He averaged like 5 assists last year, but like he normally averaged around 4 point, like 4 assists normally a game. Now he's averaging 6. So if he can average that, oh my goodness,
And
that is
that's a lot to jump. And you're not a point guard or a two. You're a
big
four.
jump. It's a big jump.
Four.
It's a
So
big jump. Yeah. So if he's, whew, that team, man, that team is just better, just better. Jalen
they
Brown is
know.
doing his thing. Like they're
Yeah.
just a good team.
Boston is when I think of Boston, I think of the military.
Yeah.
Right? I think of organized, know your roles, know your assignments, get in, get out. That's when I think of Boston, right? So, and you
That's
don't even
good.
have KP right now.
Yeah. When they get KP,
It'd
like
be
it's
even
crazy.
deeper with KP. It's crazy.
And the thing is, like, something I think KP, but he gets injured all the time. Doesn't matter what minutes you play him. But if you give him like 20 minutes a game and he just does this thing, like, you're not bad. Like, you're not bad. Something that I think to myself, do they need another like guard, like a scoring guard, like to come off the bench? Like, not
Mm.
like a Lou Will type, but a little bit like a Lou Will type. Someone who can get a bunch of
Rich will
buckets.
get his. I think at 16 last game.
He does this thing. He can do his thing. I was like, do they really need like does Boston
It'd
need
be
anything
nice.
right
It'd
now?
be nice still, but he has to be unselfish. He has to be unselfish.
Right, right. They had like a guy coming off the bench who was like unselfish, but
Yeah,
like he can get the basket at any time. Or
yeah.
they like a 3-point specialist. Mind you,
They have
Hauser could be.
Hauser, but
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Man, this team could be perfect, low key. This team could be with KP off, this team could be perfect.
because even when you have KP, you have everyone on the squad that can shoot threes, literally. And you have to close out. Everyone on the squad literally can shoot threes at the close out, but Tillman.
And like legit, oh, I forgot they have Tillman too. And like everyone plays defense. Jason Tatum's a good defender. Brown's a good defender. White
White,
is an elite defender. Holiday's an elite
Holiday's an elite
defender.
defender. We could
When
even put
Porzingis
Jalen Brown
wants
as
to,
a very good defender, not elite.
right?
Jalen Brown is a very good
Yeah,
defender.
very good
And,
defender.
and
Like
Tatum is a good defender,
they have
period.
good defensive players, and they have, oh my goodness. Yeah, they're pretty good, pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. What team you want to talk about?
Let's jump into the Pistons real quick. The Pistons, what I've been seeing with the Pistons this season, I know they should be a better team than last year based on they have more veterans this year,
Yeah,
right?
mm.
That's how I'm feeling, but it's not really translating right now. They were in a close game opening night. I forgot who they was it Pacers?
Pacers. Yeah,
They were in a close game, like, okay, this could be a changing of the Pistons, but then it's like they went back to the old Pistons,
yeah.
right? They got back to high, Steph Hardaway Jr., they have Malik Beasley. So it's like those guys are veterans, they've been in the league, been on some good teams. So it should translate, right? But it hasn't really yet.
You know what I'll give them is the fact that they just had a like arguably if we look at their schedule, they should lose these games, right? They lost to the Pacers, they
Yeah,
lost to Cleveland, they lost to Boston. Their next game is against Miami. That should be a loss. Miami
it's
should
true.
be better.
It's
Then
true.
it's Philly. But the Philly team, which we'll probably talk about soon as well, that team is like a weird team. Like you
Very.
could win, but if you lose, it's not like Philly should be better than you, even with whatever they have. Then they face New York, so their next few games aren't easy either.
Yeah, that's true. That's
But I
true.
but I agree. I
We'll
want
give,
them to
we'll
be
give them to
good.
20 games to see, I guess.
Yeah, I want them to be good though. I really do, man. You know that. I want Cade has been phenomenal. Ivy finally played well last game. I want them to be good, man. I want them to be good so bad. I want it for Cunningham. Because then to me, do the dramatic trade. Call the Pelicans and say, hey, Brandon Ingram, what's up? Like, just do the call. But
Balling. And he's balling this year too, so
I
far.
had a game winner. Like,
Balling this year. And this is like, you guys want to trade this guy? You serious?
yeah,
I
because they wanted to
haven't seen any
resign him.
Pelicans, but who's their center?
They have a rookie named yeah, it's like V Missy. He's a rookie, right? Tice is starting, but Tice is starting because DeJounte Murray is out for like 3 to 6 weeks,
Okay.
which sucks because like that would have made their team better. Even what's his name? Trey Murphy the third is out. So it's weird when this team is healthy, they have potential to be even better. Like we're moving on to like Pelicans low key, but like they could be even better once everyone comes. Once everyone comes, then you're gonna be like, oh wait, CJ, do you want to come off the bench? CJ's like, fuck me. Like I'd like to see them try me come. Remember the one come off the bench. So I don't know that team. The Pelicans are a weird team, but they have to make some trades. They have to.
Yeah.
They have to. Um, a team that I think it's your team, the Houston Rockets. Good team, but someone said this theory, and I want to get your thoughts. When you have too many guys,
Mm,
you have too much guys that you want to play.
yeah.
And I think that's a problem. Like that could be a problem for a team. When you look at them, you have your starters Fred, Jalen, Dylan, Jabari, and Sangoon. Then you have Reed Shepard, who you want to play because you want to see what he can do. You have Cam,
Definitely.
who you want to play. Thompson. Did he play last game? I thought he's been
You
out, but I
need to
guess
play him. You know what I mean?
yeah, you have to play him. And what is he? Is he your backup point guard or is he your small forward? He's like
He's
lengthy
a
enough, he's
two
strong
three.
enough.
He's a 2-3.
Tari Eason, you technically got to play Steven Adams as well. So you have like a lot of guys that you. And when I say play, like you one's got to play 25 minutes a game, but not
Yeah.
everyone can play 25 minutes a game.
And you want him to grow. So it's like
This is where
has
it's
to be
hard to do
focus.
both.
There has to be a focus here. That's the
There
thing
has to
here.
be a
There has
focus.
to be focus
That's why
here.
this is not even a rumor, just people talking. Would they call Miami? Hey, what's up? Is Jimmy happy? Tell him to come to Houston. But like to me, that would make Houston like much better, like much better. But
Yeah.
what does that do for them? Like I'm almost at the train of like, let's just trade Fred. Like if I'm Houston, I see how good we can be, but I kind of still want to be young. So
You want to not gut the team, but gut positions.
yeah, I'm saying like who wants Fred? I'm not sure who would really want Fred, if I'm being honest. Like,
His contract isn't that bad though for the TV deal that's popping right now.
yeah, it's like, but he's a team option this year. He's a team option. So the team is not gonna keep him. It's a $40 million option. I don't think they're gonna keep him. Or he can sign an extension for probably way less, maybe 20. And Fred's about his bag, so Fred's gonna want that money.
About his
And
bags.
he said, like, I'm not here for a rental. Like, I didn't come here to be a rental. I came here to stay here. So I don't know
He
where
likes
Fred
the
can
team.
really go. To me, Fred's like a type of player you want to put him with more of a vet team.
Oh, shit, I was gonna say go to the Spurs because it's around. It's in the same area. You don't have to
Oh, I
really.
like that. That's a good Spurs because Victor would be in like third year at that time or whatever, and he
He's
could be
still
a
young
good
enough.
like
And, yeah.
yeah, especially if you think Victor could be Victor. Yeah, but I think Houston just has too much guys. Uh, well, what have you seen from Houston so far?
Well, I see, like, so I like that Seagon's back. Jalen Green's doing his thing. You know what I mean? Houston's doing their thing still right now, but it's very, very early, and
Very
schedule
early,
is a factor too, right?
very early.
We'll get
Uh,
obviously better read on every team after I'm gonna say 20 games where they had the good, the bad, the
for
ugly in
sure,
the
for
game,
sure.
right?
Yeah, because I'm curious with the Jalen Green part. Like he's scoring, and it's not like it's 40. Well, 4% scoring is kind of low. 36% shooting the three is not bad. But I think with Jalen Green, he's one of those people, like it sucks. Like I think people already have a thought process of him. So it's gonna be
Like
so hard
you,
to
like you.
you're right. You're right. Thank you for pointing me out. Thank you. You're right. You're right. I do have a thought process. So like it's almost so hard for us to get out that mode, like, yeah, he's a ball hawk. Like to me, like he's just he just likes to score a lot, but like I don't know. But I know he's a good player. Oh, speaking of them, we're talking about like extensions, right? Sengun and Green both got an extension. Sengun got like I think it was 4 year. Did he get the 5 year 150? What did Sengun get? Let me double check that. Yeah, 5 year 185 for Sengun. And I know Jalen Green is his is different. 3 year 106, but that last year is a player option.
Okay.
So that last year, so if he does his thing, he'll get the 30 mil the next two, and then he can sign a massive contract. Massive contract. Because now he's betting on himself. Right.
Jalen
And
Green, he's a volume player, right? So he's like, I don't want to compare these two, but in a sense, like Iverson.
I see.
Iverson didn't have good percentages, but he got buckets. He got to the line. He willed his team. So Jalen Green, in a sense, is going to be that type of player. Like he's going to be volume, but he has to produce though, whether it's at the line or he has a good game, right? That's the thing. And the thing is, he's not the lead guy
Yeah.
right now. It's like it's Sangoon over him, right?
Yeah.
So if you're the lead guy and you're taking volume like that, it's okay. But you're not the lead guy. So then there's where we're gonna have an issue. Because
I
it's
think
like
that they don't want you to be the lead guy. Like I think Houston, like once again pointing at me, like I don't think people want him to be the lead guy. Like I think people have mentally moved on. That's why the contract.
Sangoon. It's Sangoon. And we
Yeah,
if I'm saying it, and I'm a Green fan, and I'm a
yeah,
Jalen Green fan, and I'm saying it. Sangoon has the moves. He has higher IQ than you, right? And he seems like he's gonna have longevity because he's a not really a big, but
hmm
he doesn't play above the rim and explosive like that. And you know what? Players that play explosive, that ACL, that Achilles is bound to blow.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So the Sengun's squad right now, like Sengun's more unselfish
I think that's
percentages
what
than
it comes down
better.
to, right?
Yeah, so you
Sengun's like Jokic and it's a bonus type, right? So people are like, oh, this is the type of guy that's gonna make everybody better around him.
yeah.
Jalen Green doesn't really do that. He doesn't
No,
make everyone
he
better
doesn't.
around him.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
He's good on his own, right? But do you like the contracts for both guys? Also, I would say the contracts for your answer. it clearly shows that the Houston Brass are like, we're paying him 5 year 185 because we believe he's the future. We paid you basically for 2 years, and it's a you can choose to stay or not. But like, we hope you don't even choose to stay. Like, we fuck with you for next 2 years, but not nothing else. So, what do you think about their contracts?
I think it was fair in that sense. And personally, I don't agree with any of these contracts that are high as fuck. You see what I'm saying in general? But
All right.
we're comparing, it's fair. You know what I mean? It's fair. He's a
Yeah.
volume player and you're not the number one guy. So it's like either your percentages have to get better and you have to be more unselfish, or Houston in 2 years is 3 years is they're not gonna get how bad do you want to stay in Houston? That's the question, Jalen. How bad?
Right. 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 Because you probably want to be the man, but like, are you really the man? Da 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 da. Like it doesn't. But a guy like Zach LaVine, he worked on his game so much, he
Mhm.
became a better passer. So, and that's how I kind of see that same mold happening with
Who
Jalen
improved to you since they came into the league more? Green or Sengun?
Sengun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Um, a team. Well, do you have a team you want to talk about?
We can jump into this Raptors real quick. I just want to talk a little bit about Mikal Bridges' shot. A
Let's talk.
little
Let's
bit.
let's go New York then. Let's go New York.
So New York, well, I just really want to talk about the shot. Like, what happened to Bridges' shot? Because what I was seeing opening night, I'm like, huh? Why does it have a click and a hitch now? And before it was just smooth.
I it's a good question because it's like, who told you to change it, and why did you listen to them?
You were shooting like 38% from three.
Yeah, like that's your shot. Don't. I always wonder then, like, did you get a shoulder injury? Do you have like a bicep injury? Like, what injury do you have? Because that's the only reason why. Because like, what's the Markel Fultz? He was hurt, and they
Yeah.
changed his shot. But I'm thinking something must have happened. Because I agree. Uh, yeah,
I
that
don't
team.
know.
Yeah,
This man never missed a game since kindergarten, I think Barkley said. So
yeah,
it's
never.
he's you know what I mean? And he's still in his 20s. So to be, I don't know. I don't know. That's just weird. And that is gonna affect New York big time. If his shot does not, if he doesn't have good percentages shooting like that, that's gonna affect
Yeah,
New York big time.
I think with New York, like, I'm a little bit. The first game was the first game was Boston. Boston got the title. They're feeling kind of hype. But I think there's something missing with New York. I don't know what it is. Like, there's something off about them. Like I'm looking for the
Chemistry, would you say? Would you say
yeah,
chemistry?
maybe the chemistry, like the ruggedness. Like, is it because they're trying to get Towns involved? Is McKell their third? Is OG their fourth? Is OG their third? Like, what's their purpose? Like, I
They
don't know.
know
I
the
think
roles now.
yeah, like I something's off with them that I can see that I'm
Because
not.
Randall was injured, so it was like, okay, that was one less, right?
Yeah, I'm not the
Mm,
biggest fan of what I'm seeing overall. Overall, a team that I wanted to bring up as well.
behind you.
No, we'll talk about them because I got a lot. But I almost want to say something nice to two guys, and I feel like, and two teams. I feel like you already know. I think you already know who I'm going to talk about because I've not been the nicest person to these two guys, especially
Okay.
Mr. Trey Young and Mr. LaMelo Ball. I'm going to be nice to both of
Shout
y'all.
out LaMelo Ball. Shout out Team Light Skin.
Trey Young, you know you've played well the past two games.
Yeah,
Your team has a lot of energy. I still don't believe in the team. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it's that great of a team. You face Brooklyn and Charlotte. Like let's start. The thing is, they're probably gonna be like 5-1 because their next games are against OKC. That's a loss. And they're facing Washington twice. Like right now, they have an easier schedule. And if I'm correct, are they not part of the same division as this team? It's like Washington now.
I believe.
So Atlanta's always gonna have a little bit easier
He's
routes.
done wheeling and dealing.
Yeah, they're gonna be with Charlotte and
LaMelo
Washington.
Ball. Shout out LaMelo Ball. He's wheeling and dealing. He's
Yeah,
looking like he's having so. I love about LaMelo Ball. He really is genuinely having fun out there, and you're playing the NBA.
he does. You can tell he's having fun. Like you can tell he has so much talent and doesn't take basketball too seriously, which is fine. I think sometimes like you don't want to take it too seriously. It's like it is a game.
It is. It
Uh
is. You want to have fun.
we want to have fun, but
We
there's just
do.
something about him. I just think like
I know.
Yeah,
He's not
that's
like a Giannis Kobe work ethic. You like that? I hear you.
yeah, I like a little bit more of like yeah, a little bit more work ethic. Some final teams that we're gonna talk about before we get to the Raptors that I want to talk about was the Lakers. No, sorry,
Mm.
Philly. Before I get to like, Philly, Philly is a good squad, but I don't like this whole like we're not gonna. Paul George is actually hurt, but this whole Joel Embiid thing is just weird to me because he
Very,
played in the Olympics,
yeah, yeah.
so it's just off to me. I'm not a fan of that.
Not playing back to backs, and Barkley was saying that's so stupid. You Philly
Yeah, because it
let
just
him try
is,
and
man.
say that. Just like he said, play 25 minutes or have a restriction if you're gonna. Well, play the game.
Yeah, just play like don't play so reckless. I think Embiid, we can both say plays like too reckless. Hence why he'll have a bunch of issues. He plays too reckless.
He should
Um,
know better by now. Though. You've been in the league a few years. You know what I mean?
yeah, I don't know. I just think the team is just it's a weird team, man. You let the Raptors beat you. Mind the Raptors didn't have anyone. You guys still should be a better team because like you still have Eric Gordon's, the Caleb Martins, Tobias, not Tobias, Kelly Oubre. Like you still have a good squad, so you really should have beat the
Pretty legit.
Raptors.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. The Lakers.
Shout out AD.
Shout out to AD. Because they're basically saying it's your squad, AD. Even though I seen
This is
uh
reminding me of Pelicans AD.
even though
Like
I seen that
a bunch of
LeBron had a triple
30s.
double.
Opening night, he had like LeBron went crazy second game, man. Holy. LeBron went crazy. I'm like, yo, is LeBron gonna play better this year because Bronny's on the bench watching?
The crazy thing is that I thought to myself that like, you know what? It's the first time I really noticed LeBron being old. Because I would say like I never really noticed it, but like this year I'm like, you know what? Like he's not playing the way he used to play. But then he had 32 points, 10 assists, 14 rebounds. I'm like, okay, that's LeBron. That's LeBron. What can I say? But the
This man
team,
had a triple double with his son in the league. It's kind of wild. Your
uh,
son's in the league and you're having a triple double.
hangs on the bench with you. That's crazy. I like Dalton Connect. Max Christie, once again, I don't get why they signed him to that contract. It
What
seems
is
like the
he?
team believes in him. They say he's a good defender, but like, I don't know. I want to see him do more. But what else does he do? Like, I need that leap. I want to see that leap. But Hachimura has been a lot more aggressive this season. I would say
Yes.
Reeves has been more aggressive. I
He's
feel
the
like D'Angelo
same.
Russell has not been as aggressive.
D'Lo, D'Lo's inconsistent. So maybe his 10th game you're gonna see 25 and 10 and 4 steals and then
Yeah, that's true. But I think maybe like D'Lo shouldn't be aggressive. Maybe the goal should be Rui and Reeves being
everyone
aggressive.
else involved.
Yeah, and then D'Lo should just be more like when it's my turn, I'm gonna go crazy. Because if I'm streaky and I'm hitting those shots,
Well, when I mean be aggressive, I mean like if you have an open look and it's
mhm.
your shot,
Yeah,
take it. Don't
yeah,
hesitate.
for
Don't give
sure,
that up. Right? That's what I
for
mean.
sure, for sure, for sure. But yeah, what you say about Anthony Davis is correct. Like Anthony Davis has been nice, but the ultimate shout out, you don't want to bring him up. JJ Redick,
Yo, honestly, I'm not even mad at dude. I ain't even mad. Can't even lie.
good job, JJ. I can't even hate. His schemes are good. His like purpose of what he wants to do is good. Getting Anthony Davis involved all the time is like the smart thing to do.
Yo, and how he talks to the media,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Some coaches, they just don't know how to talk to media.
yeah,
And but being an announcer and whatnot really helped. You can tell it helped him. You see what I'm saying? So I kind of like he even made a comment about the balls, pause,
yeah,
about
yeah,
it's a brand new ball and they
uh,
won it. And he's right. They're slippery as a mother lover,
yeah,
dog. They're slippery. So if you're practicing, and this is and it goes back to Bridges, shout out Bridges,
yeah,
you're practicing in a warm ball with a trash form,
yeah.
right? You're gonna go with a slippery. I don't know, but
Doesn't
shout
make
out JJ. Lakers look like they honestly their chemistry is looking like they got chemistry. The coach seemed like they respect the coach JJ. The
I think they
scheme,
respect him a lot, a lot, a lot.
the schemes. It seems like LeBron is feeling great. His son's on the squad, even if he's going to be in the G League or not. He's still with the Lakers.
Yeah.
There's a nice aura in the air for Lakes.
I think they just need like this is a team that needs like a guard to come off the bench maybe to like
I don't
score
know.
more baskets. Like they just need a little bit of that.
Bronny. That's supposed to be Bronny, right?
No, as well. Either that or like once again like a lockdown defender. I think like a 3-and-D defender.
Supposed to be
But
Bronny. Like that's supposed to be Bronny. You know the three is supposed to be Bronny.
that's
You know
crazy.
this though.
That's crazy. I was no way.
A
Uh,
three
he's
and D?
he's
Or
definitely not there yet. Not even close.
so I said it's supposed to be. Supposed to be.
I think the final team I want to not final, but I want to say this. Buddy Hield, we didn't talk about that guy for six man of the year. We didn't talk about that guy. That guy, I didn't know he was gonna like shoot so much threes, but he is. And he's a
That's the
pretty good,
machine.
yeah, and we know he's a good 3-point shooter. So Buddy Hield to talk about. And I think last but not least, well, do you want to talk about your Orlando Magic?
Diving into him a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Like
Shout out to Orlando. Shout out to Suns. Shout out
they're
to
playing good defense. Palos was playing good. We'll just mention the Suggs contract. 5 year 150.
Suns. He had a big game last game, but still, you don't deserve that.
Because now you're based because you have to pay Paolo next. Well, you don't have to pay them for 2 years. Like these contracts don't come into effect till next season. Like
Fourth on
Scott
the score, or he's like fourth or yeah, fourth for scoring, or maybe fifth.
Paolo,
Fucking thing
Joe,
sucks.
yes, but to me on this squad, okay, so you're gonna have to pay them next year, which is fine. But you're basically saying your big three, and you know the second apron's here, you know it's gonna be hard money cap wise, blah blah blah. You're saying your big three is Suggs, Franz, and Paulo. Like you're done. Like you're not. You're saying those are your three guys. Like that's what you're moving on with, right? For the future, those are your three guys. People like bag on Toronto for paying quickly and paying you know freaking Barnes. I'm thinking like when I think about those three again, I like Toronto's three better than Orlando's three. Of course, I could be biased, but I like Suggs. Suggs is basically Drew Holiday. The
I like
contract,
Suns.
you know what I'm saying? He's eventually going to be good. He'll be sorry, better offensively, and he's a really good defender. Like I'm not going to dispute that. But I do think 150 for 5 years is a lot of fucking money.
I like quickly more than Suggs
That's what I'm
overall,
saying. Like
personally.
I just don't think that's like that great.
Paulo is
Uh,
the only one where it's like, okay, I got to have it. Like, you see what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like Paulo, like, yeah, yeah. Like France is good. Suggs is good too. They're both good, but
I
Paulo
just
is
think the contract
real
is crazy. That Suggs contract is kind of crazy. Like
because
him,
Paulo's gonna look at the 200 mark, right? He's looking at
oh
200.
yeah, he'll get the full max. He'll get the full 5 year 220. Like what Scotty got, what I think Franz may have got that too,
And
the
I still
max.
think Scotty, that's too much for Scotty because, I don't see him as the number one. He's
He's
not.
not. We'll definitely get there. I can't wait to talk Raptors. There's so much Raptor talk.
I'm just,
I think also I think I had other notes as well. Um, with yeah, I wouldn't pay him. Oh, Jalen Johnson. I want to mention him. I don't get it. I need to watch more Atlanta Hawks games. I definitely need to watch more Atlanta Hawks games because he's getting a 5 year 150, and I just don't. What am I missing? Because he's just John Collins to me. Like I need to see more. That's maybe it's a me thing. So I would generally say it's a me thing. I need to see more from Jalen Johnson.
shout out to John.
5 year 150? What are we talking about? Is this guy a future All Star? Like this is where I think your problem with contracts are is that like you're paying some man's money that like what's their impact on a team?
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
what's their impact? Like Suggs, I can almost wrap my head around in a close game and he's guarding someone. You're happy because he's like an elite
Yes.
defender,
100, 100, 100.
right? Elite defender. What is Jalen Johnson doing to me? Like I don't get it. What is he doing to make me feel like man that's a guy?
I need to give him 150.
I'm giving 155. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Next, I want to see talk about Bridges, Boston. Chet has been looking good. Chet's been looking good. And the one thing I watched with OKC, and like I kept thinking, like, oh, you know what? They're gonna have a hard time because eventually Chet's gonna want to be the guy, and so is J Dub's gonna want to be a guy. But
Jacob is looking like his handle pack got better.
it did a lot. But I'm watching the team, and I realized, bro, they like ask Shea to bail him out a lot. Because they'll be like, Jalen, do your thing. He'll like do his thing and realize he doesn't have anything. Then Shea will try to do his thing, doesn't have anything. They'll pass it to Dort. Dort's like, why the fuck did you give me the ball? Then he just gives it to Shea. And Shea's like,
Bail
guess I
out.
gotta create. And then he creates something like magical. But like I didn't know that about OKC that they rely on Shea like so much.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
much. And now I'm like, oh, Shea is their number one guy. Like I didn't see it.
No, clear cut, clear as
And last thing before we get to our beloved Raptors. The rookie race, the rookie of the year for the NBA season, I think it's gonna be one of the most like hardest awards to pick because no one's gonna stand out.
especially
Like,
this year. Yeah,
yeah, no one has stood out. Like Zach has been okay. It's not like he's been magical. He's not. It's been whatever. Then there's freaking Zachary. We should say been a whatever. Like everyone's been whatever. Like no
everyone
one has stood out. Like at all, no one has stood out. No one
so
has
far,
stood out.
so far, you know,
So, but yeah, it's just now, like you said, only 3 games for most of these teams. We're gonna wait and see because there's so much more, man. There's so much more. But I like the way the season's going.
me
I
too.
don't no, there's no true blowouts. There has been some blowouts, but like
You
nothing
got
that we were like to get disappointed about. I'll say. I'll say. Has anyone disappointed you so far, or is everyone is just like it's early?
it's early. I'm just really impressed with LaMelo and how Charlotte is looking as a team, like having fun together. Yeah, they're 1-2 right now, but it's early. It's very early, but they all look like they're enjoying the game, right? And I like Brandon Miller still. I like him. He's aggressive.
Oh,
He's
he's good, man.
compliant.
He's good. I think people are gonna be like, once again, you know, when people make a decision in their mind, the decision in people's minds already is that it's Brandon Miller's team, but LaMelo's still there. I just think I think they can work together, honestly.
It's definitely not Brandon Miller's team in my mind. It's
Yeah, not,
LaMelo's team.
it's
He's the
LaMelo's.
one that
I
got them
agree.
buzzing.
I agree. Oh, Halliburton has been the worst player so far. Been Halliburton.
Holy, what's going on with Halliburton for real?
His shot's been off. Is the shoulder still hurting? Like the team needs you. Like they need you to be, especially the 3 point shot, to be consistent. Like
Yeah.
that's what makes them good. Like you are the engine. You're the head of the snake, man. They need you.
Yes,
You
yes.
make everybody better. Like
Make
it's
everyone go. Yeah, and without Halliburton, Indiana's going to struggle.
they're gonna struggle a lot because
Like you
Mathurin
said,
is about to win that 6 man of the year. Like he's gonna win it because that he's scoring 20 points a game.
shit, Mathurin is going off, huh?
He's
Shit.
consistent. He's consistent. He's consistent. So they just need him. They just need Halliburton to step up. Past
Mathurin's
games,
Haitian. He's Haitian, so remember how they work. They get
they
it.
work. They
They
work.
get it. So
They
trust
work.
me.
And the thing is, we say this, and I know the Pacers face the 76ers. We're filming this on Sunday, so pretty sure the Sixers they faced Indiana. Watch Halliburton have 40 points after we say all these things because that's
Halliburton,
just the
watch
way life
Halliburton at
is.
40 points, have 8 threes.
Like he'll just, but good. We're calling him out. Hopefully he hears it in
Play the
Pacer
parlay,
land.
play the parlay. Halliburton all over. It's all over.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's talk about the team behind me. Our team, our beloved Raptors. This is Raptors Corner, Raptors Talk now. How are you feeling about your Raptors?
I'm feeling like a man got overpaid. I'm feeling like we miss RJ. And I'm feeling happy that Grady Dick looks like he's more comfortable and got better over the offseason. So far, that's how I'm feeling.
I agree. I literally wrote Grady Dick looks good. He looks more comfortable. Um, the thing he's not just a 3 point shooter.
Yep. He's
He's like
putting it
more
on the
than that.
floor. He's putting it on the
Uh,
floor. Even my mom's just telling me, yo, who's number one? Who's number one? Like Grady?
yeah,
Grady? Yeah, he's balling. I'm like, yo, I know, I
he's doing
know.
all right. The only thing is that like maybe it's just me. I don't like his form, like his like end form when like he shoots like this. Like when he shoots, then his body goes like this, like his legs kick out.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. It's
And I
kind of
feel
like
like he should be
what's
more of a
the
stand-up shooter.
it's more of like because that's kind of reminds me of like a a Steve Francis, like a T Mac at times,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's how he
like to
shoots like
feed a
that.
Harden when he's doing his thing, like a
Yeah,
Reggie Miller
yeah.
sort of thing. Like, yeah,
Reggie Miller perfect like that. Where to me, I feel like he should be more of a like straight shooter,
straight
like
up,
feet
up
land
and down,
down,
up and down.
right? Because like he's already 6'7", 6'8". He's taller than most guys. Doesn't need to do all that. But maybe he's a better shooter. What am I saying? But just look aesthetically wise, it looks less pleasing in that sense.
I hear when he's
Um,
tapping.
but yeah, he's been playing really well. Well, so I hope I'm not sure if you got it yet. If you haven't, you got to get Twitter because these Raptor spaces where just a bunch of random people start talking. I plan on doing like a mini pod with the guy who hosts those Raptor spaces. Because like it's madly entertaining the way these people act. These people argue, they fight. Raptor fans are hilarious.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
we lost the first game by 30 to Cleveland. Here's the
yeah.
thing: quickly got hurt in like
Second quarter.
before during the second quarter. There's no RJ. You got to look at it like this: Scotty's, let's say, the best player on the team. Let's just say
That's tough.
RJ, let's say, is number two and quickly's number three, or vice versa. It doesn't matter. You're
Yeah.
losing both of them. You don't have them. I would say your fourth best player is then Pirtle. Your fifth best player, if you
You
think
say
about it,
four best players Pirtle?
if you think
Actually,
about it, yeah, right.
I was gonna
The
say
fifth, the fifth best player is probably Bruce Brown. If you think about it,
if you think about it, where's Grady on this list?
probably Grady's number six then, right? Because
Okay.
then you go Kelly Olynyk, right? Then you go Kelly Olynyk is probably your next best player. So you're missing your second, third, fifth, and seventh best players. You're
Second,
missing those.
fifth, and seventh best players.
That's a lot of guys to miss,
Hell yeah, that's a lot of guys.
right?
This is
You
a
miss
Cavs team that was healthy for the most part.
so
Levert was
healthy,
playing, Jared Allen was playing, Mobley, Garland, Mitchell, Okoro was
right?
playing. I don't. I
Right.
think maybe Max Strus was out. That was it. I think Maxi was out. That was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That was
And
it.
then they face Philly. Now with Philly, you beat Philly.
Yeah.
Philly is an embarrassment. But I don't want to hear like, oh, well, they didn't have their players. They didn't have Embiid and Paul George. It doesn't
Well, it's
matter.
even. It's even then. If you, they didn't have
It,
two of their big
thank
three,
you.
they didn't have two of
Thank
our
you.
big three.
Thank you. So it's even. And mind you,
They
their
got a
depth.
better roster though, like you said.
Yeah, Philly roster is better.
You're right. Yeah, Oubre.
So exactly. So to me, I can't hear all that. Um, so my biggest thing, when it comes to the Raptors, and we'll talk about so last night they lose to once again a team that's healthier and generally better than you. And you competed, I would say. You didn't like die, you competed on a
Mm-hmm.
back-to-back, mind you. A
Mini
back-to-back and
against the
you
Heat. Yeah, you
and you
definitely
competed.
competed. Yeah,
So one of the main arguments of last night's spaces was someone's like, oh, Scotty's not a number one. Like you said, he's not a number one.
he isn't.
So here's my thing, and I agree with you. He's on number one. Now, mind you, there's only like 8 number ones in the league, like
Yeah,
legit number ones.
yeah.
And like some of them have proven it, and some of them haven't proven it. Once again, I'm one of his biggest haters, but I'll tell you straight up, Trae Young is the number one. Trae Young, you can give the ball to in like a playoff late minute game, and he can dominate.
He killed
That's
New York a couple years ago. So yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah.
So there's only a few guys that are like that, but other guys, Anthony Davis is not number one. Okay, he's really not. Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown, to me, may not be number one guys, but
They make a number one.
thank you, they're incredible number two guys. Incredible. If you had two number two guys who are that like incredible, they're gonna win games too. You put
Yeah,
Jamal Murray with like Paul George, they may win the fucking title because like the eliteness of their number two ness is like so high,
yeah.
right? It's so high. So and then Boston's different. Boston has like two number twos, two number threes in Holiday and White, and potentially Porzingis. They have three number threes on a championship winning team. They have Al Horford who's a vet who's like a number four.
Yeah.
That's an incredibly deep team,
Got twos, threes, and fours. Yeah, numbers.
right?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
like so I agree, Scotty isn't a number one, but there's only so much. But he's a pretty good
Is he a
number
number
two.
two?
He's a number two. I think definitely is a number two. Definitely is a number two.
Okay.
1,000%. Because you know what makes Scotty
Is he a
not
number
a
two
number.
like Brown?
Well, yeah. Well, he's more like a number two like Brown. He's like a number two like Sabonis.
Okay.
So I don't want to go. I'll let you speak, but like I just want to say this: when it comes to Scotty, he's not a number one, right? But I think he's what we have now is what, and I think this is the season that we really see the type of guy he is.
I agree with that statement.
We have to finish the season to be like, okay, now we can all agree Scotty's not the number one guy. But we need to get someone who can be the number one for Scotty. So
Yes,
Scotty, because Scotty's a really good number two. To me, he's Draymond Green. And I think he's a better version of
Draymond Green's a
Draymond Green.
number.
But Draymond Green is like what he does defensively and offensively, his ability to pass the ball, all those things. Scotty can do that.
It's true.
But now what stops Scotty from being a number one, and this is my biggest issue, and I'll let you kind of go in, is Scotty's not aggressive enough. That's what it comes down to.
Facts.
Because
Facts.
what's his name? Giannis wasn't technically a number one until Giannis said, you know what? Like, oh, you
Fuck
guys
you.
need me to be aggressive?
Yeah,
Give me the
fuck.
ball and I'll be aggressive.
Yeah.
Scotty has to be aggressive. And like when I say aggressive, when somebody like, oh no, he needs to shoot the ball more. No, I'm saying get that ball, drive the ball. They're gonna have to feel your
Because
force.
he'll be looking, and Scotty sometimes will be looking to make a play passing, like a play on the
Bucket,
pass.
bucket.
And I'm
When
just
there's
like, what are you
no
doing? He'll be, and I'm about to do the motion like a fool, but he'll be
yeah,
there like, okay, waiting for a play to develop. Okay, dribble here, dribble there, waiting
yeah,
for a play to develop. And it's like, Scotty, who's guarding you right now? Look at
yeah,
how big you are. Look at your
yeah,
shoulders, right?
yeah. Take
Look at
him.
your
Take him.
size. How tall is, what's he listed, 6'9"?
Yeah, 6'9", 6'10" sometimes. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And he's big. Giannis coming to the league was not your size. Giannis
Yeah.
at that age right now wasn't your size. You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So he needs to
Yeah.
know that size matters, right? And even if he's not getting all the way to the bucket, get into the post, get close, get a 5, 8 foot jumper. Those close jumpers matter. It builds the rhythm. As a
Yeah.
ball player, when you hit a shot, whether it's close or far, you feel okay.
Right.
Next one, okay. You know what I mean? Scotty is not a gunner by any
Right.
means.
Right.
His strengths are his strength,
Right. Right.
right? So
Like Giannis doesn't shoot a lot of threes. Like he doesn't. Attempts them, but he's mainly more aggressive. He uses his body, uses his physical force, he uses all those things. If
yeah,
you're Scotty, use the same physical force.
yeah,
Use it. Be strong because when they're fouling you, you have to go on the free throw line, and eventually they're gonna be like, "Well, we're gonna make him shoot more. We're not gonna make him." And then that's where you have to become a better shooter. And then they're
yeah.
gonna be honest. Let the defense be honest. But when you're always looking to pass, everyone's gonna be like,
He's
"Oh,
gonna
just
pass. They're gonna
pass."
sag off. It makes the defender's job so much easier. This
Right,
nigga ain't gonna even score or shoot.
right, right. So, and you're the best player on the team, mind you. I get it. He's playing with borderline G leaguers. A lot of those guys were supposed to be in the G League because if Bruce Brown, if Kelly Olynyk, if
Yeah.
all these people were playing, these guys aren't playing. Mugbo is barely getting
Giabachi,
minutes. Battle's not
Ogiabachi.
getting. Abaji's probably getting it. Abaji's been pretty good at this.
He has been honestly. I've seen him have a couple of threes in a 12 point game. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. I
I've been
didn't
doing this
think.
last year with us.
Yeah, I didn't think if he can be consistent, then like once again, our bench becomes a lot better. But I chimed in about Scotty. What else do you have to say about Scotty?
Well, really, I just want him to just be like you said, be aggressive, go to the rim, get your free throws up. You see what I'm saying? Get your teammates involved. We know you get teammates involved, but Scott has to realize you're down two of the big three right now. You know what I mean? So it's like you gotta look to get buckets. You gotta stay aggressive,
Right,
not passive. You know what I mean? And you know, Dark was telling the same thing. He's not telling me, yo, get you guys
yeah,
in. They're gonna get theirs. Davion Mitchell's a little pit bull off the bench. Grady Dick, these guys are all playing with confidence. These guys are all stepping up because they know who's missing. You see what I'm
right,
saying? You're the leader of the squad, so they're gonna play to your intensity, right? As all leaders. So if you're playing aggressive, being aggressive, if you're down for balls, for example, the rest of the team is gonna show. But if you're kind of playing passive, get the ball, then you're the number one guy. You're getting that 200 bag. You're getting
right,
that 200 bag.
right.
Scott, if you're hearing me, if you're gonna watch this, please go to the
Yeah,
bucket.
yeah. Go because what it's also gonna do by going to the bucket, they're gonna pack the paint, and then you said they're gonna pack the paint. Then two men have to guard you. So what that now you have the corners there.
You got Grady on a wing. Bing.
Yeah, Kim, you can have Battle at the other wing, right? And I love Battle. Oh my God, that's my guy. That's the guy that I was telling you about him before. He's a two-way player. He's a guy that like when he's missed some shots now, but when he gets more comfortable, I promise you, this guy's a 40% three-point shooter.
And that's scary.
Like
So you have
he's
him and Grady on the wing.
come. It could be the things. Darko hasn't played them together, which is mind-boggling. Like, play them together. Like, play them together. Like, they play the two guys. But
Bruce
that's
Green,
where when this team is healthy, and I hope it get healthy soon. And I mean, like, I don't think Bruce Brown's coming back anytime soon. I think he may be coming back like maybe
just
end
trade
November,
this guy. We
December.
don't even see him play.
I know, so he may not play for, but he may just be on the bench. But imagine now I can see if they were healthy, I think this team would actually compete because they pass the ball better than most teams in the league. Their assist ratio is one of the best in the league.
It is.
It makes everyone a threat. They play more European ball, which is what Scotty's better for. Because in European ball, everyone scores 18 points a game, right? Everyone is a
No one
threat.
dominates. No one dominates like that.
Ever, yeah, no one dominates. San Antonio Spurs, you can look at their stat lines when they were winning titles. Man, Tim Duncan had 22 points.
Yeah, yeah.
Parker had 20. Ginobili had 20, had 18. Like, they're all doing their thing.
15, yeah, yeah, it's true.
Like, they didn't have a
It
dominant
was
number
the
one
threat. It
guy.
was the best shot. Yeah, you're right. It was the
It's always
best,
about the best
the
shot.
best shot, not the best player taking the shot. The best shot.
Right. So then when they get now, this is where I believe in RJ Barrett a lot. I'm not saying RJ Barrett is a number one, but offensively, because of how aggressive he is, he plays more like a number one.
He does. Then Barnes 100%.
Right. That's what people call them Star J, because like they're like, oh, there's a star in this person. There's a six-time All-Star, All-NBA player in this guy. There
Yeah.
really is, right? When freaking
He just needs to believe in his shot more,
yeah,
shoot more confidence. That's really it.
yeah,
And how I feel like he has a good mid-range game, man. Guys should, if you need to rinse the mid-range game, that's what's missing today's game, rinse it, because he's got a cute little mid-range jumper. See what I'm
yeah,
saying? He's a lefty. So it's just like, yo, get that tween,
right.
and that's it.
Yeah, I think
Understand, not to the analytics.
yeah, I think RJ that last part of the season when he's with the Raptors, man was shooting like 38, 39%. His going into the rim basket was better. His free throws were down, like really down. But if his free throws can get back up and he can like still be as aggressive as he's being, like when Donovan Mitchell was going crazy, could be the best like combative for that. Now it's just about if you're right, if he can shoot the three with more consistency, and then you still have Emmanuel quickly who can shoot the three pretty well. Like this team isn't that bad. Pirtle isn't that bad. Pirtle's really good on a team that's good, right? If the team is good, Pirtle's better. But if the team is not good, you're asking Pirtle to do too much.
Pirtle is needs to be on a team that's decent to obviously decent to better, right?
Right,
Pirtle has IQ. He's gonna set the screens. He's gonna box out. He's gonna get a block. He's gonna make high IQ plays. He's gonna read the defense. You know what I mean? So Pirtle is needed on any NBA roster, period, as a
right,
backup, in my opinion, right? So you know you get from Pirtle, but it's just our main guys staying aggressive. Like
right,
Raptors' main guys need to stay aggressive, and we know who, right? And
right.
Grady needs to continue to play how he's playing, right? Battle needs to hit shots consistently. Like they just need to all play with confidence.
Yeah,
And the season is very early, so we don't want to
right,
smoke it.
right. And then like to me, one thing you like is that like you want everyone to get minutes. Like the way everyone's playing now, when those next guys do come, a lot of those minutes go down. Battles minutes go down. Jamal Shed, who we didn't even name yet, who is a fucking pit bull, and I love that guy. Like I love that guy so much that I'm almost okay with Davion Mitchell not playing because Jamal Shed is a better offensive player. Well, he's more aggressive offensively, I'll say, than Davion Mitchell. He plays defense just like Davion Mitchell, and he fucking tries his hard. He tries so hard when he's on the court. Like he's our backup point guard next year because Davion Mitchell's not getting re-signed. I don't believe so,
No, he's not.
right? So Jamal Shed is the one
He's
that's
not
getting
Mitchell
it.
looking like a bounced off the league. Side note,
He could be.
in like a 2 years or because you're undersized and you're not elite at shooting.
Yeah, like defensively, you're really good, but you should be shooting
That
at
doesn't
even,
matter if you're 6 foot and under. You
and you're
can
not
be
shooting at
elite
least
at defense,
thirty-five
but you
percent.
can't shoot.
Yeah, if you're not shooting like at least like 35%, no.
And that's not even that good. You have to be like, you're under 6 foot, you're 6 foot in the league, your three-pointer needs to be 37% minimum.
Yeah, yeah.
And you
And
need
there
to
will
be able to
always be
play
a
make,
third guard.
you need to be able to play make like that Asian youth on the Wizards. I forget his
Yeah,
name.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You have to be something like that. Like you have to be.
Like, you see how his playmaking is very elite and his
Yeah,
passing is elite. And he's 5'9". He's something like that.
yeah. Like Abaji, Abaji's been was has been okay, honestly.
Yeah, he has been. He has been.
I want to see his 3-point shot. It says 50% because he's taken on average 2 attempts and hits one. That's not bad. I want to be
That's
a
still
three and D
good.
guy anyway. I don't care.
That's still good. That's still good. If you do not take a lot of threes, but your 3-point percentage is good, that's still good. That means when you take them, you're open, you're confident. That's still good to me.
Yeah, see, Davion Mitchell's, mind you, once again, this is just early sample size. Is a 25% 3-point shooter. Jamal Shed is a 37.5. Once again, small sample size, but the whole point is that like you're at 26. So the most you can like you're where are you gonna go? 34, 35%? Like you said, that's not that great if you're only that's why he's probably a much better like he's a much better backup. And our actual rookie, like the rookie that came in the first round, hasn't even played yet.
Yeah, it's true. It's
So like
true.
this team, actually, if I think about it, can
That's like
be
6, 7 people missing.
they actually can be good this season, right? Because you have your starting unit. I think Grady Dick will now with the way he's playing, he's keeping that starting unit. He's keeping it. Then your bench, it could be Jamal Sheep, Davion Mitchell, OJ Abaji. You still got Boucher, you still got Kelly Olynyk, you still got Bruce Brown that you want to play. You still got Jacoby Walter, who's your actual rookie. And I mentioned guys like Battle, who's probably gonna go to the 905. Mugbo is probably going to the 905. It's
Yes,
because
this is what I thought because you just named like 17 guys. That's been 905. Just name
right
17 guys.
because like Mugbo and Battle are playing right now, and
Yeah,
they're playing to the point that you're kind of like, I kind of want to see more of this here than in the 905. It's kind of like what happened to Pascal, but you know what happened to Pascal? It happened to Fred, happened to Norm, happened to DeLon Wright, didn't happen to OG, but they're just gonna have to play here and then go to 905, develop the skills, come back the
and keep
following year, and just be better.
it. Chill it.
Right? That's what it just comes down to. But like, I don't know. Some Battle is a guy that I want him to play. I want him to play. And the question is, if you trade Bruce Brown, his contract is $20 million. You need to get something back for that. But
Cash,
the more I think about it, do you really want? Do you want more players for Bruce Brown?
cash. And you trade for cash. You can't trade for cash only, huh? That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Well, it only feels like a certain amount of money. That's 20 mil. Like you need to get somebody, you need to get something different, right? So because a team that it feels like they're just
Okay,
a
I think
person
the Raptors are
away.
missing like a high flying wing.
Toronto,
Yeah,
high flying wing. Yeah, I can see that.
off the bench, off the bench. Maybe
I
a
can
guy
see
high
that.
flying wing off the bench that can play defense. Doesn't have to be the best shooter, but can run the floor, athletic, can defend. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the thing is,
At the three.
you want to trade. That's why part of me's thinking the way everyone's playing. I know Raptor fans would hate this. They would hate this. Part of me's thinking just keep him for the year. Let his contract run out. But
Who?
people would hate that because you traded Pascal for that. So you traded Pascal just for him to just for Bruce Brown to eventually leave. You
That's tough.
wanted, yeah, it's tough. It'd be a
That's tough.
hard build.
Honestly, that's tough.
But I
That's
kind
tough.
of
Wanted to stay here too. So,
because to me it's like I want it to happen just so everyone can play, that all the young guys play. Because once again, I want the young guys to play, man.
yep. Shout out to Saquon Barkley about he was about to get his record. He's like, Saban's like, yo, you want to play? You're 13 yards away. He's like, let the young boys eat. Let the young boys eat.
Yeah, yeah,
Like that, like the unselfishness on and off the court. You know what
yeah,
I mean? That's gonna build team chemistry.
yeah. Because like Bruce Brown, he didn't play well enough last year because I think he also thought he was getting traded. He also thought he was getting traded, so that's why he's like, I'm not
Because
gonna
that
put all
was
this
the
effort.
deal. It was like, oh, we got him to trade him. That was the whole thing. Like,
Yeah, we
we
really got him
got
to
him.
trade him.
We're like, yo, do not even put on a uniform. Just stay in your sweats. Just
Like, keep your
stay in the
suitcase
hotel.
on. He
Don't
even
even
thought
come on
so.
the bench. Don't even come
He's
to the
like,
bench.
he's not gonna rent a spot. He did not rent a spot. He's like, I'm just gonna stay at the hotel. I have 2 weeks. I'll just get a hotel.
Yeah,
And
that's
because we
it.
all thought it, but he's still on the squad because they couldn't find something they liked. But to me, like, I just don't know what team's gonna want to have him unless you're a team that feels
Teams
like
need to have those teams that could. Charlotte could use a Bruce Brown. They could use some
Charlotte
defense.
Bruce Brown. Atlanta could probably use a Bruce Brown. Detroit could.
So Detroit definitely could. San Antonio could. There's teams that could use a Bruce Brown. He
Right.
can come off the bench and be a three for any team, a three and D guy. Pause.
The team that could really need him, but they don't have the money for him, is Denver. But like they don't have the money. They don't have the money. They
Denver
don't.
losing their key guys after the ring, one by one, and you see them
And it's
now.
all because of the apron. That second apron is deadly. It's deadly.
They're
They're
not
gonna
a big market team. And that's another thing. They're not big market.
Boston like has to win the title this year. If they don't, they're going to trade not the two bigs. They're not trading the two guys at all, but they're gonna trade somebody because they have to.
When you play somebody, who are you trying to insinuate?
KP's not really worth a lot right now,
He isn't.
but and then he's your center. But maybe you trade a
For me,
KP,
you're
and I'm
not
just gonna
touching the four. You're not touching the
no.
four.
I'm saying you gotta touch one of them. You have no choice.
I'm not touching the four. I'm not touching.
And the person, see, White, I think is younger than Holiday, so
I'm not
maybe
touching either.
I know. To me, honestly, like I'm paying the tax. I
I'm
have this.
fucking,
I'm paying the
yeah,
tax.
man, I'm
I don't
fucking
care.
paying. I'm
I'm paying
paying
the
for
tax.
Sam. I'm paying Sam. Fuck it.
Yeah, because like end of the day, winning a title, that 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 all that money I made off the title beats
Yeah.
that. So I don't
It
care.
solidifies you. You're in the history books. You're a part
Yeah,
of legacy.
I don't care. You win a title, you can raise prices. Okay, the Raptors prices are so expensive right now because we're still banking on the 2019 season.
We're still banking before COVID.
Like
That's
and the prices and you know what they're doing with Scotiabank? They're freaking like making it better. They're saying, oh, they're gonna elevate this side. Mind you, they're only elevating the MasterCard lounges. They're not elevating it for people who are just
like
like
all the
regular
regular seats.
buyers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not doing it for this for other people. So that's what everyone
Ticket price
needs
is
to know
still
that.
up, and Raptors won how much games last? Yo.
Thank you. They like it is. But
At
yeah,
this
I
point, a lot of fans are going to see other teams, not the Raptors. At this point, it's pretty sad because it used to be the other way around.
yeah, when LeBron decides to retire, I'm personally willing to spend a lot of money to go see him. I ain't gonna lie. His last game in Toronto, I'm willing
Last
to
game in
spend it.
Toronto.
I'll be
Okay,
willing to spend whatever money it is.
that's how
Whatever
you
it is.
feel.
Like if it's $1,000, I'll pay for it. I don't care.
Fuck, man, I have a limit, but fuck.
Yeah, that could be my limit, right? But then I'm thinking, is $1,000 a Sprite Zone seat? No, it should be like a good seat.
No, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
like I was looking at the prices
No, but I
for
hear you. But I just shit. Just see him before he retires. Don't get him on the retirement tour because you know they're gonna attack. Just see him this year.
I
See
don't
him
know.
this year.
No,
See the
this
late.
year the prices are still they're coming on November 1st. It's pretty pricey. It's a Friday night.
Well, that's good. What's lower bowl saying? Lower bowl baseline
I'd have to look at it because like
around.
um because lower bowl
Shoot.
baseline.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Doesn't have to be like 10 rows up, but like just lower bowl.
Yeah, I'm assuming because last I checked for Laker game was like 750 for like the 300s.
300s in general, not even like 14 rows up. Middle.
Yeah, when
Like,
I last saw it for
yeah, these guys.
Toronto tickets. Let's do this live. But yeah, like I think for the Raptors, man, I do think I can't wait for everyone to get healthy to see what this team can become. Okay, so you know what? Section 300. Though this is like, no, it's not great seating at all. You said you said lower bowl.
Yeah, so you already know. Upper bowl, 300s, 100s, yeah. Sideline
Things,
baseline.
mind you, a lot of this is resale.
Oh, serious. These guys are fried. Oh, man.
So we want like 100 level. Okay.
You want a hundred? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like I said, everyone is resale. Everyone is resale. I said I'm looking at one to resell. It is $482 for section like 100 Euro 20. It's more like $500 a person.
Okay. The Lakers, huh? Hmm.
The Lakers. Mind you,
Yeah,
that Vince Carter one, you're done. You're done, man. You're not getting none. I'll look at the
The-
Vince Carter one. It's crazy. Like if you want a section where you're just not seeing much. You know what? It's not that crazy. But mine's all resale. All Raptor tickets are resale now.
It is. There's no retail anymore.
Barely, barely. Like the
Are you
ones that resell
serious?
are the ones up, like up, up.
Everything's resale. So when the season tickets come out, everyone buys all the season tickets, the lower bowl, and then it's all resale.
Yeah,
That's
it's
how
all
it is
resale.
now. That's wild. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
actually wild now.
yeah, yeah, for sure. 100%. 100%. But is there anything else we should talk about with the NBA season? We
Wow.
just let it cook?
Just let it cook. It's still cooking. Let it cook. It's still early. We just turn on the stove.
By any chance, do you have any lines for the week? Not lines, like I don't know why I said lines again. Any betting lines this week or no?
For today, let me look at what's going on today real quick. Let me check what's going on today real quick. Exactly. Because I believe there's only like 5 games. Is there
Yeah,
five
not too much
games?
games. Not too much games. Um, I would pick whatever the over is for the Pelicans, like easily.
Pelicans will be scoring. Okay, so right now it's Philly versus Indiana. The spread is 8.5. See me. Halliburton should have a good game. Bounce back. I'm not gonna play the spread. I'm picking Indy on the money line. So
Mm,
just a win. Right? The Bucks at Brooklyn Nets 8.5. The Bucks should dominate the Brooklyn Nets. I'll go with the 8.5 spread. They should win by 9 at least. I believe that. The Pelicans are the Trailblazers. You said over under is 220.
yeah,
I'm going over. I agree with that. I agree with that. That's the over. Right? If I'm picking a win, I'm picking Pelicans on a money line. The Hawks at the Thunder. Wow, they're dissing the Hawks. Minus 10, plus 10 for the Hawks. Over is, you know what? I'm gonna go under 130 for that game. I'm gonna go under. And last but not least, you have the Clippers at the Warriors, the cursed Clippers. This should be a high scoring game, I feel. So I believe I'll go to over. Over is over 220. So I'm gonna go over that still.
yeah, it should be a fun game. That Clippers and G State.
Yeah, yeah, it should
Definitely
be. It
fun,
should
fun.
be. Shout
But
out to
that is this week in the NBA for your boy YS. It's your boy Mike. And we'll talk to you again. Forget to like, comment, subscribe. Have fun this NBA season again. The first week was already fun. A lot of things to talk about. Halliburton, please play better for Pascal Siakam. That's my guy. Please play better for him. Raptor
you.
fans, let's keep going, man. It's hopefully everyone can get healthy and then let's see what we can do. Peace.